second grade parents and students. This is Ms. Schweiber, and Ms. Mauldin is also here videoing. You will see her in just a minute. We wanted to say welcome to the 2021 school year. We're very excited. We are ready to get back to school. We are looking forward to working with you all. So today we're going to go through just highlighting a few things that was sent out in our newsletter. But if you have any questions about anything, we will talk about that and try to answer those questions on our virtual parent meeting that will take place on Thursday. So after you review the video and after you've read our newsletter, please make sure you're ready with any questions and we'll do our best to answer them. So we are again welcoming you to the start of the new year. So right now you're in Ms. Schweiber's classroom, and a lot of the teaching is going to take place where Ms. Schweiber will be up front, of course, social distancing and talking and teaching with students. And as you move around the classroom, we have our library books. Here is the door. Of course, this is Ms. Schweiber's door. And as you walk around, we see more books. These books will not be available for students to check out on their own. However, we will have a system in place that books will be sent home for students' weekly reading. And basically, as you see around the classroom, you see that desks are side by side, and there's only 2 desks each day for that group of students that come in for their face-to-face learning day. One student will sit at the group of desks. So they'll sit at this desk and put their book bag and belongings here at the other desk. And as you see around the room, all of the desks are equally spaced apart 6 feet. And that is how students will come into the classroom each day. Students will not be allowed to get up and walk around and go to their cubbies and things like that. So we will have the protocols in place and expectations, which Ms. Mauldin will be talking about here in a short bit. If you notice on the floor, students, as you come in and you settle down and then it's time to line up to go to lunch or to go to recess or specials, you see little square blue tape. Each student will stand on that blue tape. We have enough to give students 6 feet apart in the classroom. The line will continue outside and into the hallway. So students will stay on the blue tape as we line up to dismiss from the classroom. We also wanted to be able to show you Ms. Mauldin's room. So we're going to take a field trip over to Ms. Mauldin's room. And as we're walking over to Ms. Mauldin's room, we're going to show you what the hallway looks like, because there are signs on the floor. And you're going to need to pay attention to those signs as we walk down the hallway as we move around the school building. So if you notice, it says maintain 6 feet. Okay, so students, you're going to step here or stand there, and you will maintain this distance as you step on the green circles. And when you're in line, each student will be on a green circle. So when you come out of Ms. Schweiber's room, you're going to stay 6 feet apart. And as we move around the building, you'll stay 6 feet apart. And then we'll go into Ms. Mauldin's room, and I'm going to let Ms. Mauldin talk about her room.
Hey everybody, I'm Renee Mauldin, like Ms. Schweiber introduced earlier. And again, we're really excited about our second grade year. It's definitely going to be different, but I think we'll all get through it. So this is my classroom, and as you can see, the desks are arranged very similar that you saw in Ms. Schweiber's classroom. So again, at each 2 desks. One child will sit where the other desk will be for their book bag or their other belongings. And on the floor, I don't have the tape on the floor quite yet, but that will be the way they will line up to go out in the hallway or to specials or wherever we need them to line up. So if you just kind of go around the room, we've got some different bookcases that will be filled with books. Again, we'll have a special checkout system for the children to be able to read their books and keep them for a while. And then we'll have a special way that they check them back in with us. So up here, just like Ms. Schweiber was saying, this is where I will be doing the majority of the teaching using the Promethean board, using the chart, a lot of chart papers and different things like that. So I wanted to, since we took a tour of the room, I wanted to talk a little bit about our COVID classroom expectations. So this is the same as what Ms. Schweiber was talking about. Again, children, we do have to stay in our assigned seats, so there won't be one day I'll sit over here and then the next day I'll sit over there. We do stay in our assigned seats. We do have to keep our mask on, okay? So the reason why I have my mask off right now is just because the only 2 people in this room are just me and it's Ms. Schweiber and myself, and we are definitely distancing ourselves. But during the normal teaching day, you'll see that I will have a mask on just like all the other teachers and all the other boys and girls. So it will be an adjustment. Right now I feel like I'm having to speak a little bit louder and be a little bit more clear, just so that I can make sure that all my students will be able to hear me. Notice I'm not playing with my mask. So boys and girls, we ask you to not play with your mask. We want to keep our hands off of our mask, just like we always tell our boys and girls, keep your hands away from your eyes, your nose, or your mouth. That's just a good rule of thumb. I'm going to take my mask off so I can finish this part. So we do, so we've talked about stay in your assigned seats, keep your mask on, don't play with your mask, stay 6 feet apart while in line and at your desk. Again, the desks are positioned 6 feet apart. We'll be in line 6 feet apart in the classroom and also in the hallway. We'll also stay 6 feet apart in the cafeteria when we're seated and also when we're in line, okay? And last but not least, but probably one of the most important things along with wearing our mask, is we want to make sure that we wash our hands very, very, very good, okay? And that means soaping up your hands up above your wrist, washing them for about 20 seconds, and rinsing them off. A lot of kids, will sing the happy birthday song or, sing a little tune just to ensure that they have washed their hands long enough to get any germs off. So those are our COVID classroom expectations. So it's definitely something to get used to. Okay? So we are going to go back to Ms. Schweiber's because there are going to be some classroom expectations that I'm going to be talking to you about.
And as we're walking back, we can pay attention to the hallway again and how everything is spaced as we walk down the hallway 6 feet apart. Okay, back to Ms. Schweiber's room.
All right, so what I'm going to talk to you about right here is I wanted to show all of our boys and girls how we would like for you to keep your pencil box organized. So I made myself a little pencil box, and inside my pencil box I like to keep it very organized. Okay, so inside here I have 4 sharpened pencils, because I know that 4 pencils will be able to get me through a day of learning. 4 pencils have an eraser on them already, but I like to have a bar eraser as well. I'm going to have 1 expo marker because we'll use dry erase boards, and we'll provide those for the students, but we want you to have your own expo marker in your box. We also want you to have 1 box of crayons. Now my box of crayons has 24 crayons, but you don't have to have a box like that. You can get a smaller box, as long as you can fit them inside your pencil box. And then I have 1 glue stick. I only need 1 glue stick. That will be plenty for me. And if you run out, we have plenty to provide you with more if needed. So boys and girls, this will be an easy way for me. If I'm sitting here, you know, I can keep my pencil box on my table, or I can slide it over to my extra table, and then I have more of a work area. But it's going to be nice and neat and organized. So what we don't want is we want you to be able to close your pencil box. So if you can't close your pencil box, that probably means you have more items in there than what you need for the day. Okay, and so another thing that we want to talk about is the expectation for all students to complete their assignments. We will have the face-to-face learning, of course, for the ones that will be coming. And so we'll have the school assignments in school, but we will also have the remote learning assignments. So boys and girls, it is extremely attendance will be taken for when students present, attendance will be taken for students present on their assigned days, and also it will be taken based on your assignments that you complete remotely. So completion of your work is extremely important. All right, I'm going to turn it over to Ms. Schweiber, so I'm going to mask up and we're going to switch cameras.
Okay, parents and students, I wanted to go over our daily schedule, and that was sent in the open house newsletter that we sent home to introduce ourselves. And just kind of reiterate and talk about the schedule. So in the morning time, students will come in and they will report to their classrooms unless they're needing to go to cafeteria for breakfast, but they will come here to their homeroom. And then once they're in their homeroom, they will not unpack, but they will have morning work, announcements, and then they'll start to move into literacy, and they will go to Miss Mauldin's class for literacy. And while they're learning wonderful things about reading, Ms. Schweiber will be working on recording lessons, meeting remotely with students, and office hours. So that is when Ms. Schweiber will be working with students remotely and office hours again, and recording lessons. And then after literacy, students will move into specials, and they will continue with literacy. And then they will start with math. Now, when it's math time, the students will come and settle down in Ms. Schweiber's room for math. And during that time, Ms. Mauldin will be recording lessons, meeting with students remotely, and will hold office hours. And then after a certain amount of time for math, we'll have lunch, we'll have recess, and then we will continue on with math. Science and social studies will be integrated remotely and within the units of study we're working on in class. The next thing we wanted to talk about is troubleshooting, technology info. Now, we shared with you several links at the end of our newsletter that address how to get to Union County Public Schools website, how to get to New Salem Elementary School's website, which is going to be extremely important because that is where Mr. Ferguson will be posting his vlogs and videos to making announcements that pertain to the school as a whole. And so when you go on into Union County Public Schools website, you will also be able to access Empower Ed Family Portal, and that is an excellent resource for you to find more information on remote learning and accessing different websites should you have any trouble. And to sum it up, if you're having issues, just simply email Ms. Schweiber or Ms. Mauldin, and if we don't know the answer, we will do our best to find the answer immediately so that we can make sure that you and your child are getting on the computer at home with your remote learning without any difficulty. We will have Canvas pages, and those pages will be our library, so to speak, or our home base, so to speak, for reading and math, and we will be sharing them with each other. So students from both classrooms will have access to Ms. Mauldin's reading and to Ms. Schweiber's math. So if you have any questions as we get going, again, just feel free to ask, and we will work through in getting your answers. Office hours for questions and help during the day are from 7:30 to 9:20 for Ms. Schweiber, from 11:10 to 11:50 for Ms. Mauldin, and 12:45 to 1:55 for Ms. Mauldin. Grading. Grading for second grade is based basically on a 1, 2, 3 scale. 1, if you do see work come home and your child has a 1, that means they're somewhat still working below grade level expectations, or where we would like for students to be. If they receive a 2, that means they're approaching grade level expectations. A 3 means that students are at grade level. The report card also reflects the same grading scale. Now, as the year moves on, we'll continue to use this grade level grading scale, but sometimes you might see us using percentages to get students more acclimated to that type of grading as they move into 3rd grade for the following year. The other thing we'd like to talk to you about is assignments and tests. Assignments and tests will be given to analyze the level of student understanding after a concept has been taught, and to analyze mastery after some time has been spent on that concept. If students are not understanding, we will definitely be working with that child to increase their skill set and to help them understand the concepts that they need to understand for 2nd grade. This sums up our introduction to the 2021 school year. Ms. Mauldin and I are very excited welcoming students next week. As she said before, it's going to be different, but students, we want to make sure that you're going to learn with a positive attitude, and parents and students never give up. We will work through this together. We are ready to teach your child, and we are looking forward to a great year. Thank you.